Are you thinking of getting an automatic coffee machine? Still not sure if you really want the Rivelia? Let me help you out. In this video, I'll be ranting about the things I don't like about it. I'll share my thoughts about the milk bottle, my experience with the screen, my gripe about the bean adapt technology, and a few more. At the end of this video, I hope you'll have a better idea of what to expect if you end up getting it. Okay, let's get to it. My first issue is with the milk bottle. With the Rivelia, I like the fact that I have full control of the frothiness, but that's about the only thing good about it. Well, I mean, it's much larger than the one from our Magnificent Evo, so there's that too. But one annoying thing about it is that if I select the dense froth level, it splatters out. It doesn't come out smoothly. I would then need to wipe out the surrounding surfaces to clean up those milk bits. But the fix is to just set it just before dense and then turning it up as soon as the froth starts coming out. Another thing that irritated the heck out of me at first was that the bottle can easily slide off from the carafe head. I know the solution is just to hold it from the body every time you pick it up, but when I'm in a hurry, holding the carafe properly isn't actually at the top of my mind. This also happens when you're pulling out the drip tray. It will fall off and milk will splatter everywhere. I mean, I'm at a point today where picking it up properly is already muscle memory, but I can only imagine the frustration of everyone who just bought the Rivelia and are using it for the first time. The last thing that I don't like about the bottle is that the scores are very faint. You can't really see them unless you angle it right in accordance to a light source. I don't know if you can even see it there. I also miss the scores in the bottle of the Magnificent Evo, where it's specific to the drink. It allowed me to use just enough milk so I don't waste more milk than I have to. I know you'll say, you can just keep it in the fridge. But that only works for the first day or two. But if you put too much on the third day, you're gonna have to spill the rest out when you clean it. And you can't tell me to put the rest back in the carton. The second thing I have an issue with is the screen. I love the digitalness of the control panel. It's touchscreen, smooth, and very easy on the eyes, I have to say. But I think it would have been better to have it at an angle. I'm having to slouch a bit to use it. I keep imagining if my countertop was a bit too high for my height, it would have made it difficult to look at the screen. I also can't place it as flush as it can be to the wall, because that would just make it harder to see the screen, which sucks because I want to use as much counter space as I can. Plus, if the space between your counter and your cabinet isn't high enough, it would just make things a bit more awkward. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with how I can tweak the coffee with the Rivelia. I love that it's actually very easy to adjust your coffee with it. It literally tells you what to do step by step. And more specifically, you can adjust both the water and milk quantities of your drink. But the problem is, you can't just go into the machine and adjust the water only or milk only. Let me tell you why this is a problem. Now, I think it would be good to check out my other video on how to make adjustments on the Rivelia so you can get a better idea of what I mean. So okay, let's say you've already done your first adjustment, but later on, you decide that there's actually too much milk. So now you think, well, alright, all I have to do is just go to the My function and adjust the milk, and that's it. But you'll then realize that you still need to adjust water level too. So while trying to fix the milk amount, you can still end up not getting it right because you didn't reset the water quantity the way it was originally, which really sucks balls. I had to do that almost 10 times to get it right. Now, the bean adapt technology. If you don't know what it is, it's basically just a guide on how you can maximize the flavor of a specific coffee bean based on what it is. Is it Arabica, Robusta, a mix of both? How roasted is it? Light, medium, or dark? You basically describe the bean to the machine. It will then brew an espresso based on that. Then it will ask you if it's okay, too weak, or too strong. It will then automatically set the best temperature and intensity to use and let you know which grinder settings is best for it. It's really cool because it uses data to adjust the flavor to your liking. However, it just sucks that it only works on the espresso. I know I can make it into a cappuccino, but that just takes more time and effort. I just don't know why the adapting can't translate to the other drinks. Are other Delonghi coffee machines like this? Please let me know if there's one where you can use the bean adapt on all drinks. Now let's talk about the pre-ground coffee funnel. I mean, this function is really cool. It gives you the option to try out pre-ground coffee. That's actually pretty neat. And I like that you can easily clean it, but somehow it's a bit tricky to pour coffee in. I found myself spilling grounds on the sides of it, and I'm concerned that it might get into places where it's not supposed to. Specifically the steam holes here. I honestly don't know where this leads to, but I'm just a bit iffy when I use it. Now another thing I find a bit annoying is the water tank. Now there's no functional problem with it. I actually think it's very easy to pull out and pull in, but I can't help but compare it to the Magnifica Evo. It's just significantly smaller. The Magnifica Evo can contain 1.9 liters of water, while this one's just 1.4. I'm finding myself having to refill it more often than I used to. I mean, it doesn't really take up that much time, but there are just days where you just can't be bothered. And that 5 steps to the sink just seems like a mile. I mean, look at all the space here on the side that it could have taken up. But hey, it's just me. I can't help but compare. The last thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't have any side handles. Again, I'm gonna have to compare it to the Magnifica Evo. The Evo is very easy to move from one place to another because there's a spot there where you could put your hands in and then carry it. This one doesn't. So if you have to pick it up, it's really hard. You have to clamp it with your arms like very firmly, like you're almost squeezing it. So you don't want to lift it too high, right? So I kind of drag it on the countertop when I carry it, when I move it around, but there's kind of rubber stoppers on the bottom of it, so it kind of sticks and makes moving it a lot harder. And those are the annoying things about the Rivelia. I hope the information has been helpful in making you decide if you want to buy it or not. I'll be honest, I still love the coffee machine. Personally, when weighing the pros and cons, the things I love about it far outweigh the flaws. I can't have everything. I know that. And I've got a video on the things I love about it. Check that out. I also have one where I talk about how I clean it, one where I talk about how to make adjustments to your coffee, and so much more. Now, if you think this video has been helpful, give it a thumbs up. Or if you know people who might find it useful, share it to them. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye.